I am super excited to be coming and talking to you guys today. Listen, we made it. If you are here on this broadcast, you made it through week 1 of 2020. How did you do? Making it through week 1, did you have some wins this week? Did you miss some things this week? Did you make some new connections this week? Happy New Year, right? Hey, Joanna, sis, how are you? Did you make some new connections this week? What did you do significant this week? This week has been absolutely phenomenal, like bananas, right? Bananas. Come on with winning. Come on. Uh, Tomorrow I will actually be in Baltimore at an event. Super excited about that. Finished out some books, literally. Finished 3, and I have like 2 more that I'm working on. We did some marketing for the World Voice Summit that starts February 1st. Yeah. But I want to know, what are your wins? Like, what did you do this week? Daily tasks are literally going to be the way that you win in 2020. This is just the honest to goodness truth. You're not going to be able to be successful if you're not doing something every day. It's going to be those daily tasks that builds consistency that's literally going to take you to a whole nother level. So, what were your daily tasks this week? Who did you talk to? Did you do some calls this week? Like, what did you do? Did you spend time every day writing your book? Like, what did you work on so far in week 1 of 2020? Now, here's the thing. I know that there's some other people that, man, they haven't done anything this year yet because they're still planning, right? You have those people that are still putting things on paper, or you have the people that are still running behind someone else trying to do what they're doing. This is the thing. Can I give y'all some advice? This year, be authentically you. I understand people have these amazing strategies, they have these master plans. I get it. But guess what? The master plan means absolutely nothing. Nothing if you are not executing in the way that you need to execute. It means nothing. I can't tell you how many people I've seen put out thousands and thousands of dollars only to come back and literally still be at the same exact point they were before they started. I can't tell you how many people I've seen go and buy books and webinars and still be at the starting line. Guys, we have the opportunity to make it not only past the starting line, we have the opportunity to make it to the finish line. So, with that being said, I just wanted to come and encourage you guys. It's been 10 days now. Like, officially, the first official full week has come and gone. What are you doing? Look, Joanna said calls. Come on, networking. Come on, we doing some things. Look. Oh, so Joanna is actually in the Virgin Islands, and I keep pointing down like y'all can see her, like I'm pointing at her, right? She's actually in the Virgin Islands, and she has an amazing jewelry line that she has. And she goes live on Facebook, on her Facebook business page, and does some beautiful photos of some of the pieces of jewelry that she has. So you definitely want to check her out. So are you going to expand it to the US, Joanna? Because I know you've been rocking and rolling with it. Like, you've been consistent. Anytime you can be consistent through storms, because remember, she's in the Virgin Islands. So you guys remember, they had a storm that really hit them really bad, and knocked things out, knocked out electricity, knocked down their structures when it came to their homes and businesses. So she really did a bounce back when it came to her particular business. So with that being said, how are you elevating that to the next level? Right? Exactly. It did. And that's the thing. When we think about consistency, consistency allows us to keep moving in the moments where we get knocked back. It allows us to keep moving in the moments where things don't work out the way we thought it was going to work out. And so when we start looking at that, it builds momentum. If you're doing something every day in your business, you're building momentum. And this is one of the most valuable things that I found out is when I finish a task, it provides momentum for me to start doing the next task and get the next task done. Come on. When I finish a task, it puts me in position to get the next task done. So, are you in position? Hey, Brittany, are you in position to get the next task done? So, if you finished anything this week, then you're in position to get the next task done. What did you finish this week? Hey, Braylon. That's right. Braylon said over on Facebook, consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. I know that's right, Braylon. That is the way that you do it. Consistency plus tenacity equals your destiny. That is how you make it to that next level. So, what I know, we went live in the Facebook group. How about this? Because part of what my group does is my membership is we do a purge in the month of January. Most people wait until like spring and do their whole spring cleaning thing, but we do a purge in January. And so they've been, doing some different things with the purge and what they need to, get rid of and really like open up some spaces in their home and in their cars. And did you need to get rid of some things this week? Like, were you looking at some things and going, I don't really need these things? But it also went back to when we think about social media. A lot of times we can become hoarders of information, hoarders of webinars. Listen, some of y'all are in 5,000 freaking groups on Facebook. Really? And you're not engaged or active in them. You missing opportunities. Right now is the best opportunity for you to build conversations. Like, I wish I could pull it up. I would pull it up and show you guys, but I need you to understand this is the greatest time for you to build up your community and build up support. I know we always talk about, the people around us don't always support us the way we want them to support us. But if we build it up, we don't have to look to the people around us to support us. We can look to our actual customers and clients that want what we have. That part. So one of the ways that we build up that consistency is by being really active in groups. And so one of the things I love about the free Facebook group for World Voice League is that the people that are in there are very active. We have over 300 active members in the community, and the community has like 400 and some odd people. So whereas most of these communities have maybe 5,000 people in it, but you only see like 3 people commenting and engaging, our community is a lot different. And I'm super excited about that because they're building conversation, they're offering opportunities. I know Stevie Aisha Mills just put in there an opportunity for marketing if somebody's looking to market on her podcast and sponsor her podcast. Like, there are so many opportunities available. Why wouldn't you use the free platform? How many of you are using social media like consistently? Let's be honest. Be honest. Good evening, Michael. Be honest. How many of you are using social media consistently? Most aren't. Most barely go into the groups on Facebook. Or how about this? How many of you actually go in and engage in the groups on LinkedIn? That part. Most people are like, wait, there's groups on LinkedIn? Yes, there's groups on LinkedIn. And some of them are actually pretty engaged groups. Not all. Come on, not all, right? Hey, Michael. Not all of the groups are, but we have to understand we're in a time where we can make a significant difference. Like, we have access to everything, y'all. We have access to resources. We have access to, I just recorded a segment for a summit with someone who's in India today. Like, that's the opportunities that we have when we're engaged on social media, right? Brittany said, I want to start using the groups I'm in more intentionally. That is such a powerful thing. What I found is that with the groups on Facebook and on LinkedIn, one of the great, and I'm giving y'all a little bit of secret sauce because it's Friday, feeling good, right? It's Friday. It's not Friday. Well, it's Friday night. It is, but I didn't just get paid. I've been getting paid throughout the week, but you guys understand Friday night. Hey, just got paid. But with that being said, when you build conversations, it's a great way for you to gain access to new clients, new customers. It's also a great way to build content. Like we get so caught up. And I talked about this on a podcast episode that'll be out tomorrow. Oh, thank you to all my, oh, that part. Wait, pause. That was another thing. So right now, Podcast Magazine is doing a top 50 of the podcast magazine. Super excited about that. And so I know that a bunch of my listeners have been going over and um, shouting me out, going over and putting me in there for one of the top 50. So we will know information. We will know who made it into the top 50 later on this month when the podcast magazine launches for this month. I'm excited, y'all, because you guys have been doing it, rocking and rolling, and I appreciate each and every one of you for going and voting. But also, when we go and we connect in the groups, asking questions is a great way to build engagement. It really is. And I think a lot of times people have gotten into the wrong routine of just tagging 99 people, or the wrong routine of going and um, I can tell you, I cannot count how many times I get a message in my inbox of somebody asking me to share out their link. I'm not your marketing person. Like, wait a minute. Can you share? Am I the only one? And I talked about it on my podcast, and the episode will be out tomorrow. Am I the only one that gets messages where people are like, oh, could you share with your community? Oh, can you share this link? Oh, can you share my book? Oh, can you support my book? And I'm like, wait. That's not how any of this goes, people. That's not how any of this goes. Hey, Cherie. Hey, Latanya over on Facebook. How are you guys doing? That's not how any of this goes. So you have to understand the importance of reciprocity. You have to understand the importance of building community and building relationships. And so I even had somebody who came on my page on Facebook and they posted their information about like getting logos and graphics on like 5 of my posts. What? Like that is crazy. Who does that? Come on, Michael said that. Just thanking people for engaging, thanking people for sharing. That's the way that you go and you connect with people, thanking them for being a part of the community, showing up and giving them things, what reasons that they want to be supported. This is the thing. Have you, in this first week of 2020, have you given people reasons to want to support you? I'll wait. Have you given people reasons to want to support what it is that you're doing? I go and I'm not always online. I try to come off of social media a good portion of the day so that way I can get things done, especially right now as we're moving forward into the World Voice Summit starting February 1st and all of these other things. Like I'm hitting the ground running with books and journals and all of these different things. And so I'm not online as much. But if I go online and I see that Michael went live because he goes live every Thursday, then I'm gonna share out his broadcast because that's what support looks like. If I see that, Cherie says, oh my goodness, she's looking for guests for her podcast, then I'm going to share out that information and I'm going to send some people her way because I know that that's what she's looking for. But I also know that there are people that come and share out my stuff and connect with me and send people my way. It's always going to be it's always going to be a give and take. It's not necessarily going to be 100% even, but you have to understand that when we look at Bill Gates and we look at Warren Buffett, they know each other. They'll sit down and talk. I don't know how many of you watched Bill Inside Bill's Brain on Netflix. When I saw that him and Warren Buffett, like literally they sit down and talk. Not they're sitting down going, okay, so what's in your budget that you can pay for my stuff and what's in my budget that I can pay for your stuff. But they sit down and they have that major C word that's so valuable. They have conversations. The reason why people go and want to invest in what you're doing is because you have a conversation with them. And I talked about it for the summit. I'll let you guys know when the summit is out. I know I have like 3 that I did this month. I'm rocking it and rolling it out, you guys. So I was a part of 3 for this month. One that happened January 1st, hit the first day of the month. Then I had another one that is January 18th, and I believe this one comes out January 26th. I want to say is the date that she gave. But this one is another international podcast, not international podcast, international summit. And then of course the World Voice Summit starts February 1st. So I'm super excited about that. And the podcast interviews that have been coming up and rolling and rocking, you'll be hearing about those when they release too, because I'll come and share them. Hey, Brandy. Hope everything is okay, sis. Cherie said, I'm working on it. I know. And it is a lot of work sometimes. But let's just be real, you guys. It's not that it's not a lot of work. No, it really is a lot of work. There really is a lot that we put into making sure our business and our brand is successful, that make like there's a lot. And so when people look at the engagement that I get, or they look at how many connections I may have, how many that's all fine and well. But that was 4 years of me going and being consistent. That was 4 years of me going and showing up. Literally, at y'all could put the clock by it. Every morning at 6:15, I was live. And that was for like 2 years straight, every morning. That consistency is so valuable. Listen, Michael said, I don't get in the DM of nobody I don't know and want to provide a service or support. Exactly. But then that makes me go and with Michael and say, okay, Michael, I know that you do videos. And I just had a former client that I was doing videos for, and I'm not doing videos anymore. So I'm going to send them to you. That's what we do within our community. I know that that's something that I'm no longer doing in my business and brand. Is something that you're doing, so I can go ahead and send that person to you instead of me trying to do it and handle it with everything else that I'm doing. I've learned to let go of the things that I am not supposed to be doing in this season. Can we be listen? Come through, peace of mind, come through, zen, come through. I have learned to be okay with letting go of things that are no longer in my zone of what I am doing. I come across so many people that try to be a jack of all trades and end up being a master of none. And it's dangerous because people don't know how to take you. They can't support you because they don't even know what to support. They can't encourage you because they don't know what they're encouraging you about. And so we always have to go back to us and say, okay, if I want more support, what do I want people to support? How do I want people to support? Because listen, that part, you find that. Come on. Look, Lila said delegate. That's right. You find out I am not meant to do it all. Plain and simple. I started doing videos within my business and brand. It was a great way to bring in extra revenue, but it's not, it's taking away from the core of my business and brand. So I stopped doing it. And I was still doing it for a few clients here and there, but with what I have going on, I don't have the capacity to continue to do it and stretch myself thin like that and try to have my hands all over the place. So no, I know somebody that can do it. Why not just send them that client and just keep it moving? And look, this is the thing. So look, Michael says the irony of that is that you were the first person I said I was going to be a video creator was for you. She said it came to my mind after a podcast. And it's so interesting because I don't have to do it all. Is that a stream of revenue that he can gain access to? It sure is. Anybody in my community, they know I have certain people that I will go and suggest you go to for certain things. I have certain people that I will go and say, go to this person for this. I don't have to have you. No, people that want you to, people that collect people and collect numbers and followers, and they're excited about how many people they have in their membership and things like that, they think they have to go learn everything so that way they can come and teach you everything. I don't have to teach you everything. That's why my community works so well. That's why my membership works so well. There are people that have been in my membership for years. My membership has been going strong for 3 years. There's people that have been in it for 2. Why? It's the consistency, and it's being able to say, I know what I can handle, I know what I can't handle, and I know what to give away. And in 2020, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I don't have to come with a mask on. I don't have to sound a certain way, look a certain way. I don't have to do any of those things. In 2020, I can just show up authentically me, speak directly to my target audience, open up my platforms for whatever it is I have for them, and move forward. Like Joanna, I need to send you the link for it, Joanna. But I literally have I have my blog, and we've been featuring the stories of women every Sunday. I want to feature your story because I know your story, Joanna. Other people don't. I know your story, but I've been featuring the stories of women because as women entrepreneurs, we're not just the entrepreneur. And so when we share our story, we share our voice, we're opening up a platform for other women to understand that what you went through was a moment, and it does not need to be your shackle. What you went through was an obstacle, and it can be a springboard or a stumbling block, but we make the decision. And so in 2020, I am no longer the voice coach. I am a voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about the things they've been keeping them silent for way too long. That's what I do. So that's where I am now. It was great for where I was, but where I am right now is creating platforms so women can have their voices heard. Where I am now is creating platforms for speakers and authors to be able to have their information out there. The Speakeasy podcast. I literally have had 6 and 7 figure earners on my podcast, connecting with them, making real connections and having real conversations with them because I chose not to follow what everybody else was doing. I chose not to try to fit in with everybody else. And at the moment, at that time, it was uncomfortable as heck. And Tyler Perry talked about, creating your own stage, creating your own table. It's uncomfortable. Come on. Exactly. Look, multitasking can be dangerous and unhealthy. You better say that again, Lila. Braylon said nothing wrong with letting go so you can do more. And the opportunities, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give this example. I let go of the things that I did not need to be doing. And there are members of my team that do things, and I'm sending people their way. That's more revenue for them. There are people that I'm connected to, and I'm sending people their way. That's more revenue for them. They're sending people my way. It's more. We all are growing and building. And guess what? It's not the men. It's not the pond mentality, because a lot of entrepreneurs fell into that in 2018 and 2019. They fell into this pond mentality and thinking there's only one area for us to be at. There's only one, we can all be in this pond together, but you're swimming in a pond when you can be in the ocean. There's some things that comes with that, but you can be in the ocean. It just requires you to step up outside of that place of comfort. It requires you to step up outside of wanting everybody to agree with everything you do. You got to come away from wanting everybody to validate every friggin' step you take. Everybody's not going to validate every step you take. I had people talk about my podcast. I had people talk about me because of my blog. I had people talk down to me because of what I was doing. Guess what? How many other memberships, when it comes to the online world, are still going strong 3 years? Not many, because my heart was different. And when your heart is different, everything you touch is going to be different. Come on, come on, right? And Lila said it, your audience organically gravitates towards you, hence the loyalty. That's where the conversations come in. That's where people go and send. I've had people send me clients. I've had people's, and I mean, like, literally put us both in the chat and say, hey, you two need to connect. I've had opportunities open up, and you're going to hear about some of these opportunities within the next few weeks that have been opening up, where if I would have been following the model that people were trying to force me to follow, I wouldn't have had these opportunities. I wouldn't have had these connections. I wouldn't have had the support. And honestly, I'm better for it. I'm excited about it. When you go and you try to emulate what other people are telling you is the best way to do something, and it doesn't fit your target audience, it doesn't fit your personality, it doesn't fit your level of integrity, it doesn't fit you, you find yourself going and becoming depressed. You find yourself going and getting stressed out, and now you don't want to talk to nobody, and now you don't have a passion for what you're doing anymore. You don't have a love for it anymore, because you've been so caught up in trying to fit into a place that you weren't meant to fit. That's it. I know that's right. Like, listen, I believe we can have a great conversation. My journey is to be shared. Exactly. Exactly. And every time I go and another opportunity opens up, I'm like, wow. If this opportunity would have came years ago, I wouldn't have been prepared for it, because I would have been following what everybody else was doing, and what I'm doing now doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what everybody's doing. It doesn't fit the model, the strategy. It doesn't fit. And since it doesn't fit, I didn't fit. And I mean, that was okay, but that's where we go. And I know this is the thing. I know many of you have some powerful messages to share. Let's get to sharing them. Many of you have you have some amazing businesses. Let's get these businesses out here in the world. But we can't do it if We're scared of what people are going to think. We're scared of what people may do. No, everybody's not. This is why I go and I unmute the voice of women, is because guess what? For too long, for too long, we've been silent about women working jobs where we're being harassed. For too long, we've been silent as women trying to juggle everything and being scared to tell people that we're depressed, being scared to tell people that we're not okay, being scared to tell people that we think we're trying to handle too much. For so long, we've been scared to tell people about being in domestic violent relationships because of the dirty looks and the sidebar conversation. Like, there shouldn't be this same culture going on, and we're now in 2020. That was going on years and years ago. We shouldn't still be struggling. Like, if I see something that you can implement in your business, I should be able to say, hey, this is a great idea, it may be good for you. I'll give another example. One of my team members, um so we were going to do a book launch for, well, we're still doing a book launch for next month, but we were going to do a book anthology for next month. And I had the title, I was, marketing it, and I really wasn't getting any traction with this book title. And so I'm just like, all right, well, I'm scratching that. Let me go ahead with the other book title and I'll just do my book um for the book release for February. And one of my team members was like, so am I able to use that book title? Go ahead. She's because she had already wanted to be a part of the book collaboration. And so she had already been working on her chapter. And I was like, go ahead. We so stuck on the fact, no, that's my book title. And it's a book title. It's not that serious. It's a book title. If you're a creative, you probably come up with book titles about 10 a day or about, at least 15 a week. It's okay. Let them have that book title, because that book title may be something that God didn't place it on your heart for you. He placed it on your heart for somebody else. But that's how we build. That's how we grow. That's how we strengthen each other. So things like that happen often, but they can't happen if you're not willing to have conversations. Exactly. Come on. Braylon said you are in the right space to go into the right spaces. I know that's right, Braylon. So everyone has a mask. Just because someone has a better budget to get a mask doesn't mean they are not hurting behind the mask. Ooh, that part. There are so many people that are hurting. It's entrepreneurs that were, listen, we went live and talked about it. There are entrepreneurs that did not make any money during Black Friday weekend. They didn't sell anything. There were entrepreneurs that had very little sales during Black Friday weekend. And they were stressed out. Listen, there are speakers that haven't had any speaking opportunities in the last 6 months. And they feel like everything is dried up. They feel like they don't know where they can find speaking opportunities. And I'm like, what? All of these speaking opportunities out here. What are you talking about? And they're frustrated. I mean, beyond frustrated. And they won't talk to people because they're scared. What will people think? What will they say? How will they treat me? How will they react? This is not the time for that. We have access has been granted. Somebody say it. Access has been granted. And with the fact that access has been granted, we can do everything and anything. Do you realize that Netflix is taking books and creating movies out of them? How many of y'all are authors? How many authors are listening in today? Netflix is taking books and making them into movies. You have a book, it can be made into a movie. But we get so close minded and scared, and we don't want to jump for the bigger things because we want to go after the low hanging fruit. That hurt. I know that hurt. It hurt me when somebody said it to me. So I know it hurt. Don't get comfortable in just going after the low hanging fruit. Look, Cherie said, wow. Yeah, don't get comfortable in just going after the low hanging fruit. There's expectations that are higher up. And if you just stretch a little bit, you'll get something a little better. If you stretch a bit more, you'll get something even better. If you stretch to your highest capacity that you can stretch, you will be able to gain something that no one else can gain because they're going after what's further down. You have some people that they go after what's already fallen on the ground and they won't go after the fruit that's on the tree at all. Come on. Look, Braylon said it. Events happen every day, y'all. Old school still works. Exactly. Events are happening every day. There's opportunities for authors to sell their books every day. Come on. Really? Cherie, you better, sis. I got people to send your way. Wait a minute. This is why we have conversations like these. Cherie just said she is trained in script writing. Do you know how many people could use your services to convert their book into a script to be able to? Because listen, this is the thing right now, and this is secret sauce. So if y'all haven't shared it out, I don't know what y'all waiting on. It's secret sauce stuff. Right now, you have Netflix, Hulu, BET Plus, right? All three of these streaming services, right? Those are the only three, right? Netflix, Hulu, BET Plus, Disney Plus, or Disney, whatever it's called. So you have these four platforms, right? They are looking for shows, even to the point where I think it was Disney has a show. It's the first show ever to be about Filipinos. Like, that's crazy, right? But it's because they're looking for people to write more stuff so they can go and it can expand what it is that they have been putting out there. They're looking for people to send more, to engage more and bring more ideas to the table. If you look at Netflix, there was a movie on Netflix called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. It's a book. It's a book. And they turned it into a movie for Netflix. The opportunities are endless. How big will you go this year? Hey, Lisa. Come on. Networking still works. Exactly. Exactly. Allow yourself to dream and then apply action to the dream. It works. It works. And like I said, the opportunities are amazing. Anytime Netflix is going and taking books and making movies, listen, let's go. Cherie just told you she know how to make a script. So then you need to go, okay, Cherie, how much is the price for making a script? Is there a class? Is there a webinar? Boom, there we go. Because it's needed. And we can, and this is the thing. So while other people, and I no tea, no shade. So while other people is running around trying to sell 1 and 2 books, you go and make a movie that gets played on Netflix or BET Plus or Disney, or it gets played on, you go ahead and have a contract that's $100,000 for you to do this movie, and then people go and buy your book because of the movie, and that stops you from being in that mentality of I gotta hustle and grind, and I gotta post my link every day, and I gotta We got to think bigger. This is the year to think bigger. This is the year to think bigger. This is the year to go big or go home. Like, really, the opportunities are there. They there, but we scared. And this is the year that you need to understand. We don't need to be scared no more, y'all. Come on. Listen, come on with the trainings. The opportunities are out there. So while everybody else is talking about, ooh, here, learn how to write your book and learn how to publish a book, and well, how about learn how to make your book into a movie? You don't see other people doing that. Come on. Come on. How about turn your book into a play? Turn it into a musical. How about we do something a little different? We don't have to do what everybody else do. But that's what creating your own table looks like. Because now what you've done is, if you get a contract for you to be able to do your book as a movie, now this is what you've done. You've unlocked several opportunities, because now you have to bring on a videographer. Now you got to bring on actors and actresses. Now you're going and you're employing other people. That's creating a table. That's creating a table. It goes so much further than me just saying, "Oh no, let me sell this one book for $10." That's great, but while you're marketing the small things, there are people who are out here who are doing big things. And God is no respecter of persons. There's no difference between them and you. The only difference is the size of the step that they took forward. That's the only difference. Is the size of the step they took forward. How big of a step will you take forward? So even though this week we're already at Friday, you may be saying, well, I didn't take a big step this week. I took a couple small steps, or I really wasn't focused this week. Okay, next week is a brand new week. What steps will you take next week? How will you elevate yourself? How will you elevate your brand? What conversations will you have? If I told y'all, just on the strength of the conversations I have with people, what could be offered to you, what people hold. Like, I did a podcast, so the podcast interview that went out today was with Damon Burton, and we were talking, and he's been in business for 13 years. Again, I tell you guys all the time, I don't always have them tell you how much they're making and all, but they're 6 and 7 figure earners that are coming onto the platform. And him and I were talking on the podcast, and we were just talking about how, it's the art of conversation. Braylon, talked about it earlier in the comments. Word of mouth still works, guys. Word of mouth is still one of the top marketing, you know, techniques, tools, resources. I don't always have to be the loudest person in the room, but I do have to open my mouth. I don't have to be the loudest person in the room, but I do have to show up. And if I'm not willing to show up, then nobody's going to hear my voice. If I'm not willing to open my mouth, then nobody's going to hear my voice. It's that simple. It's that simple. But we got to do it and be consistent with it. Hey, Michelle, good morning. I was about to say good morning. Y'all know I'm used to coming live in the mornings, right? We got to have that understanding. Happy New Year's. New Year. New Year's. Yeah. Y'all can tell it's been a long day. And I'm still not done. I still have a couple projects to finish out before the end of the night. It's there's so many different things that we need to understand when it comes to really just getting ourselves out there. So one of the things when it comes to what I do in unmuting the voice of women, I have created platforms for women to have their story told. I have created platforms where speakers and authors can come on and be interviewed on the Speakeasy podcast. I've created opportunities for people to speak from all over the world. And so we have the World Voice Summit that happens every February from day 1 to day 28. Every February, we're having the World Voice Summit. This is the second annual summit. And in 2019, we had 100 plus speakers from 6 continents. And it was so powerful because we brought people together from all of these different places, from Australia and from Africa and from the UK, from Scotland, from London, and all of these different places. We were bringing people together. From Hong Kong, somebody was on, and they were able to share their message. And people were like, wow, oh my goodness, their message was so powerful. Wow, I didn't realize that this was what it was going to be about. Thank you for sharing this. This was great. Thank you for, giving us this insight. And it made me really go and look and say, wow, we really do think that because we're further away from each other and we're on different continents that we don't have some similarities. And we actually have a lot of similarities. And we have a lot of people from all over the world that want to support you. I have people from Africa who come onto my timeline. I have people from Scotland, from the UK, Australia, Canada, Jamaica, everywhere and anywhere, okay, that come on and come, especially in the World Voice League, the free community, that come in and support and connect. Italy. We have a young lady from Italy that comes in and supports. It's all about just having that heart of service. Having that heart of service. It means a lot. Joanna and I have been connected for what, 4 years now, Joanna? It's that heart of service. You stay connected to the people that you really you can tell that they're genuine. You stay connected to those people. Why? Because there's something that always draws you back to that person. And it's no gimmicks. It's no, it's no smoke and mirrors. It's just that person is genuine. I know they care about the people they come in contact with. Right? Exactly. 2016. So you guys, you may not have been able to accomplish much this week, and that's okay. Don't be discouraged. Come on. Come on. Look. Lila said La Boca es grande. Yes. Yes. Come on. That is how you understand. Yes. Let's go. Michael said it was a fabulous event. He said if you missed it, you missed so much that wasn't shown on live on Facebook. And this year it's going even better because the keynote speakers will be on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Periscope. We're going to live stream the keynote speakers. So you guys are going to hear some of their stuff, but man, you're going to miss it because we have 15-minute slots that are, people that are coming in speaking for a little short bursts. We have people coming in that are speaking in 30-minute slots. Like, we are rolling this thing out, and I'm super excited because some of the speakers from last year may be coming back. We have some brand new speakers coming in. We already have people coming in from all over the world. So the opportunities are just like, y'all about to get this business. Y'all about to get this all together, all of it. Yes, exactly. Braylon said it over on Facebook. You don't have to do the most to serve, just care. Come on. Come on, right? Joanna said, I know that Spanish. Come on. You got to just be able to just show that you care, guys. Because guess what? When you show you care, there's going to be people that show that they care and want to come beside you and help you. They're going to come and want to, they're going to literally, there are people that have come and said, what do you need? And I'm just like, I used to be like, oh, I don't need anything. Oh no, I'm good. And no, we have a summit going on. And the young lady was like, oh, okay. Well, you just give me the green light and I'll send it out to my email list. Just like that, guys. Like, no questions asked. I'll send it out to my email list. What else you need? As support. I love it. And then I was able to come back and say, okay, well, and then after that, I said, there's something I want to do to where I'm sending people to you because I'm doing the features for the Sunday for women. I said, and she has a woman's magazine. So let's get those women into your magazine. She said, I love it. Let's go. That's what it's about, guys. When we look at the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Tyler, they have a community they build upon and support each other, and it's not always a dollar sign attached to it. It's not. And I had to learn that I had to remove myself from places where I felt like it was always a dollar sign attached to it. Yes, you're going to have to make investments. Yes, you're going to have to buy stuff and buy classes and courses. I'm a bookaholic, y'all. So I'm always buying new books. And literally, I got like 2 stacks of books that I'm about to send out to people because I don't need them. That's their heart of service. It means a lot. It really does. So I'm looking forward to it. Those of you that have not done so already, you can definitely go and register for the summit. The summit is absolutely free. Somebody say free. Free. Somebody say free. It helps if I put the right uh-oh. I want to put the right link in here though. I want to make sure you guys have the right link. So if you go to bit.ly/WVL Summit 20, all uppercase, you can register for the summit. It's absolutely free. If you are interested in being a speaker, just message me and I'll get you the information for that as well. It is free, right? It is free. It's free because I want y'all to get this information. And I know y'all won't be able to get every single day, but you'll be able to connect with certain ones. And if you want all of the replays, then you can always go and there's a small fee for you to be able to get the replays. I just know that we have put ourselves in a position to do great things and to reach the masses, but I don't have to do it alone. Right? I don't have to do it alone. And now that I know I don't have to do it alone, oh, we're going all in. Let's go. Let's go, baby girl. I'm excited, guys. I look forward to seeing you do some amazing things. So thank you for coming and sharing this moment with me. And man, until next time, guys, don't forget to press it out. See ya.